grade 3 students, and welcome to a new lesson. Today's lesson is Top Stars Part 2 from Module 7. Let's start. By the end of this video, you will be able to first identify the use of countable and uncountable nouns. Second, use the rule through asking and answering questions about countable and uncountable nouns. Are you ready? Very good. Now, I want you to open your student's book, pages 86 and 87, and your workbook, pages 84 and 85. Grab your pencils and let's start. To start our lesson, look at these pictures and read the words in order to classify them into verbs and nouns. Let's do number 1 together. It's an apple. Apple is a noun. Now, pause the video and try to do the task. Picture number 2. He is eating. Eat is a verb. Picture number 3. Peas. Peas is a noun. Picture number 4. The cat is sleeping. Sleep is a verb. Picture number 5. She is reading. Read is a verb. And the last picture is chicken. Chicken is a noun. Today we will focus on nouns. Nouns are divided into countable and uncountable nouns. For the countable nouns, I have an example for you. Cherry. Cherries. I can count the cherries. I can say 1 cherry, 2 cherries, 3 cherries. For the uncountable nouns, we have an example, which is cheese. I cannot count the cheese. To make sure that you can differentiate between countable and uncountable nouns, do this activity. Read and choose. Pause the video, take your time, and do the activity. Number 1. Mango. It is a countable noun. Very good. I can say, I can see 4 mangoes. Number 2. Water. It is an uncountable noun. Amazing, because I cannot count the water. Number 3. Cup. It is a countable noun. I can say, I can see 3 cups of water. Do you know that as a kid, you need to drink 8 cups of water every day? Now, let's recall yesterday's lesson. I want you to open your student's book, page 86. Look at frame number 2 and try to answer the question. Are there any tomatoes in the fridge? Very good. Yes, there are. I have a question for you. Why did we write are and not is? Very good, because we have the plural form of the word tomato. To ask this question about a countable noun, we used any. Look at frame number 3 and try to answer the question. Is there any cheese in the fridge? Very good. Yes, there is. Is cheese, a countable or an uncountable noun? Amazing! It's an uncountable noun. To ask this question, we used any. Look at frame number 4 and try to answer this question. Is there any meat on the pizza? Very good. No, there isn't. Do you know that isn't is the short form of is not? When we answer with no, we have to add not. Now open your student's book, page 87, the look box.
Look, there is some cheese. There are some peas. Is there any cheese? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. Are there any tomatoes? Yes, there are. No, there aren't.
Let's have a look at the uses of some and any. There is some chocolate. There are some bananas. These two sentences are affirmative, so we use some in affirmative sentences. Is there any chocolate? Are there any bananas? These are two questions. We use any in questions. Let's check your understanding of the uses of some and any by reordering the words in order to form a sentence. Pause the video and do the task. There are some cherries. Full stop. Very good. Now, why did we use some and we didn't use any? Very good, because we have a full stop, which means it's an affirmative sentence. Form a question for this answer. Yes, there is, by reordering the words. Pause the video and try to answer. Is there any pineapple? And a question mark. Very good, everyone. For more examples, check the grammar reference, page 142 in your student's book. Let's practice. Open your student's book, page 87, activity 4.
4. What's on the table? Listen and tick.
Is there any chicken? Yes, there is. And there's some steak too. Okay, what about cheese? Is there any cheese? No, there isn't. But there is some spaghetti. Oh, okay, that's fine. There are some peaches too.
Now, check your answers. There isn't any cheese or any soup, but there is some meat and some chicken. There is also some spaghetti and some peaches, but there isn't any mangoes. Very good. Let's continue practicing. Open your workbook, page 83, activity 2. In this activity, you are going to look and circle. Remember, we use some in affirmative sentences and any in questions. Number 1 is done for you. There is a full stop. It means this is an affirmative sentence. That's why we have to choose some. There is some orange juice in the fridge. Now pause the video and try to answer correctly. Number 2. There is a full stop. It's an affirmative sentence. Very good. We have to say, there are some cherries. Number 3. There is a question mark. It's a question. Very good. Any. Is there any spaghetti? Number 4. We have a full stop. It's an affirmative sentence. Excellent. Some. There is some cheese. Number 5. A question mark. It's a question. And in questions, we need to choose any. Very good. Are there any tomatoes? 6. We have a question mark. It's a question. Very good. We have to choose any. Are there any peas? Very good. Let's continue practicing. Open your workbook, page 84, activity 3. In this activity, you are going to look and write some or any. Just remember, we use some in affirmative sentences and any in questions. Number 1 is done for you. I'm hungry. Is there any food in the kitchen? Now, pause the video and try to answer correctly. Number 2. Yes, there is some cheese and some chicken. You can make a sandwich. Number 4 is a question. So we need to choose any. Are there any peas? Yes, there are some peas on the table. Very good. Number 6. It's a question. Is there any steak? No, there isn't. There is some spaghetti in the fridge. Okay, we can have some chicken and some peas too. Well done. Let's practice speaking. Open your student's book, page 87, activity 5. You can practice speaking with one of your family members using activity 5 from your student's book, page 87. Now we have reached the end of our lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. See you soon.